welcome back to Hardy Life Outdoors. I find myself making this drive and doing videos more and more. It's a Saturday morning. I am almost to the cabin. On the way down, I've been listening to the Habitat podcast. So if you're into podcasts or not into podcasts, but looking for information on habitat management, these are some guys that I know. I've been following them for a number of years. They have some good guests. They have some interesting information. They get a lot of connections. They've got a Facebook group, and it's a good group of people, very respectful. The audience, they manage the page well. It's just a good group to bounce ideas off of. So if you're following along things I'm doing around habitat management and trying to improve our property, and you're looking for other sources, check them out. I listen to them a lot when I'm driving down here. Each episode's about an hour, so it gets me almost to the cabin. So I've been listening to that and thinking about what I'm getting into. My plan was to get down here and turkey hunt this morning, but I ended up with some stuff I had to do last night. And I didn't get home till late, didn't get organized to get out of there, so the turkey hunting didn't happen. Seems to take a back seat to some of the other things that I've got going on, but I'm hoping to get out. I'm not hoping. I'm going to get out the tractor, the sprayer, and I'm going to hit some areas with some glyphosate. I am planning on planting in the next 30 to 45 days. I've got some Vitalize seed, which is it's a system. It's a two mix system. One you plant in the spring, one you plant in the fall, designed to improve soil health. And it's a very diverse mix. So it's not like going out and planting clover and that's it, or alfalfa and that's it, or buckwheat. Each of these mixes has, 10 to 15 different seeds in it. So depending on what grows well in your area, different things will do better. But I've been talking to the owners, which happen to be guys that are very involved in Habitat Podcast, and getting some tips from them. I did some soil tests. We did those a few weeks ago. I think I released a video where I did some of that, but I'm trying to follow some of the recommendations and the results of those seed tests to the T. So over the next several weeks, you'll see me implementing some of that. So starting off, I'm spraying everything with glyphosate. I've got some lime I need to put down. I've got some other recommendations from the Vitalize seed guys that I'll share with you what they've recommended, what I'm doing. But it's a beautiful day. It looks like it's almost 60 degrees, almost 11 in the morning. And I am looking forward to some seat time on the tractor. So I got, 3 or 4 acres that I'd like to get sprayed today, which in theory shouldn't take me too long. So we'll see. When I get there, get the tractor out, gonna try to get the 1025R out, do a little bit of work. I'd like to spray at least one of these fields with the 1025R, get a sense for how it does with the Frontier sprayer on it. I've mentioned before, a little nervous about the amount of weight of that sprayer when it's full of water. So I'm gonna pick one of my fields and try to spray it with the 1025R. So I'll get some footage of that and see how that goes. But I don't know. I'll be at the cabin here soon. Get things ready and get you tuned back in as I head out to do a little habitat management work. So thanks for joining, and hope you enjoy seeing what's going on the Habitat Oasis project. So I made it to the cabin, and I gotta tell you, I should probably rebrand this channel from the Hardy Life Outdoors to Things Never Go As Planned. Before I got the sprayer out, I had the brush hog on. I thought, I'm gonna hit the front yard real quick just to knock it down. Now, I made one trip around, and the rear wheel fell off, so some welds broke. So I'm gonna have to figure out
how to get that thing fixed, but you know, just nothing goes as planned. Debated whether I wanted to spray today. I got here and I can hear the wind. Trees aren't moving too bad, and I hate to be out there spraying and have chemicals blowing everywhere, but it's kind of, you know, gusting up and down. I'm going to go out. I'm going to keep my sprayer down low so I, you know, keep it off the ground so it's not catching as much air, and try to be cognizant of wind direction so that I'm not blowing this stuff on me. But I just decided if I wait for the perfect weather, I don't know when I'll get this done. And we're here mid-April. I got weekends with Eric and sports, so I don't get a ton of chances to get this spraying done. So it needs to be done. So I'm gonna head back there. We're gonna start in my favorite spot, the clover field. I'm gonna hit it with the 4052R because it's got a good hill to it that I don't want to take the 1025R on that with this tank on it. So I'll use the 1025R on one of the fields that's a little flatter, but we'll head back there, spray that field, and hopefully this goes far enough that I can hit another field while I'm back there too. So I've already hit the gas line, so glad to have that done. Let's head on back. Well, I'm going to apologize right up front because it is windy. Exactly what I was hoping to avoid was getting out here and having the wind blowing around this herbicide. So I'm going to do the best I can to keep it from blowing around too much. Keep the sprayer low. But this is my clover field. If you've watched for long, if you saw one of the first episodes, this is where I made the mistake of brush hogging with my camera in the front of the tractor in the bucket. I dumped it out and ran over it. But a couple other things here. One of the things that I've got here, this is called Yellow Rocket. And looking around, I see, I don't know, a dozen plants or so. This field used to be full of Yellow Rocket, and I hand pulled it, trying to get rid of it, and very pleased with what I'm seeing here, that there's a lot of it. There's very little of it. It's a biennial, so it comes back every other year. So, you know, one year can be good, the next year can be bad, but it's good to see that it's way, way down. Other thing, this is a clover field. You can see some clover here, but there is so much grass and other competition here that I'm just going to completely kill off this field. And this year I'm going to try it with some Vitalize seed, which has clover in it, and see what we do. So I'm going to jump on the tractor and we're going to get this field sprayed. that takes care of that field. I do need to do the slope down here, so I'll hit it. Putting down a little more water than I thought I would. I'm gonna have to lighten up a little bit on my my ratio of water to herbicide, so that I don't put on here too heavy. But hopefully we get a good kill back and I can get a good plot going in here. So I'll finish that hill and we'll head off and check out some other fields. Okay, so I decided, as long as I'm out here, I might as well take a quick look around for mushrooms. I got a spot here where I found some in the past, and what do you know? There's one there. So I'm gonna do a little looking around here, see if I can't find enough for a little snack. Always amazed when I can find one mushroom and nothing else. I didn't spend a ton of time looking here, but did a quick scan of the area. I'm out here to spray fields and apply herbicide, not spend the afternoon mushroom hunting, but I am just always amazed when I find one, you expect to find others in the same area and find nothing. So I'm going to head back to the tractor, go get the rest of this spraying done, or some more spraying done, keep plugging away at it. Picked up these furniture dollies at I think Home Depot, and they've proven to be real nice for getting this out, putting it away. I've got a spot, I tuck it under the shelves back there. But I'm gonna go ahead and swap it out between tractors, put it on the 1025R. In one of my other videos when I talked about this, I mentioned I'm not sure how the 1025R will do with it. There's a lot of weight here. This thing, fill it up, is gonna hold about almost 500 gallons, 500 pounds of water. And then the actual weight of the sprayer and the fact that it's offset, off the back, it's a pretty good bit of weight. So I'm going to put about 40 gallons in it. That'll be 320 pounds plus everything. And the spot that I'm going to be spraying is relatively flat. I know there's no holes, but I'm going to go give this thing a try and just see how it works with the 1025R. So go ahead and get it hooked up here, and we'll fill it up and give it a try. All right, let's head out, spray another field. Well, that was not a bad drive out here. It did pretty well. When I pulled in here and stopped, I did feel it sloshing around a little bit, but really never felt like it wasn't stable. I have not loaded the tires on this yet. That's one of the things on my list that I'd like to do. But all in all, it came out here, felt pretty good about it. So this field, I've planted it in Vitalize before, and it did okay, but I'm going to try to give it a whole lot more love and attention this year so that I can really have it produce. I'm convinced that this field, it's just a little pocket back here in a thicket, that if I can get a good food plot, I ought to be able to take a deer out of this field. This is a nice secluded spot. So as I look around, there's clover, dandelions. This field's really not in too bad a shape. I could probably plant right into it, but I'm gonna go ahead and kill it back anyway. I just want to give myself as clean of a field as possible to start with. So we're gonna go ahead and get this place sprayed. Right here are some crabapple trees that I like seeing. This is all leafed out in there, looking good. That one's coming out the top. That third one I'm not so sure about. Take a quick look at it. Well, it looks like it's doing okay down in there. It's a younger tree, so anyway, let's get the 1025R going. Well, I can tell you that as long as you take it easy, I really wouldn't worry about the weight on this. Again, I did 40 gallons, about 320 pounds, plus the weight of the sprayer, and it's pushed out a little bit because I'm using the iMatch, but the capacity on the back of this, I want to say, is close to 700 pounds, so I felt pretty good about that. You know, happy to get this thing sprayed, and I'm going to head on and do another field. As I drove out, I noticed my apple trees are in bloom. I'm going to swing by there on the way back in, and we'll check those out. But pretty happy with how this thing performs. So if you're thinking about a sprayer for your 1025R, this Frontier LS2006, and I'm not affiliated with Frontier. I don't have any kind of kickback on these things, so it's just something I've got that I like. So anyway, I'm going to head to that other field, and we'll stop at the apple trees. Okay, a few episodes back I came out, I did a bunch of pruning on these trees, and they still need some care. When you look, you know, I could clean up around them, mulch them, you know, get rid of some of the weed competition. But the good thing is, you look at this, it is full of flowers. So each of those flowers has the potential to become an apple for us. So those look good, and you know, this one is really full, but part of that's probably because I didn't prune it at all. It desperately needs pruned, but look at all the flowers on that, and there's a bunch of them that haven't opened yet. We've got a freeze warning tonight, so hopefully these things make it through the cold weather. I got 7 or so out here. You know, there's another one that did not get pruned, but it's got a number of flowers on it. This one some of these I need to put bigger cages on, protect them a little bit better. But another case of more flowers. So looking around, there's one that's really neglected. Looking around, the trees are good. I'll stop by the pear trees. I saw them earlier, and they've got flowers as well. So need to give these things a little more TLC, and they'll really produce for me. All right, I'm down to the last of the things. I've got the 1025R. I'm rinsing out the tank from doing the herbicide, so I like to run a couple tanks of water through that to clean it out good. I'm going to put some cleaner in it this next tank, and I got some sheets of OSB here in the back of the trailer that I've scrounged from the job sites up home. So I'm going to throw those on the forks and go put those in the box truck. So I'm going to call it a day, and thank you for joining. Anyone who's interested in hanging to watch me move OSB and put it in the barn, I'll keep the camera rolling. But at this point, thanks for joining. Keep in mind, outdoors is always in season, and man, it is getting to be that time of year that it's great to be outside. So thanks. I'll see you next time.